In this video, let's dive into why you are interviewing them and not the other way around. Starting with this question to ask yourself: why are you taking the job in the first place? In your actions to inquire and submit interest in this position you plan to interview for, what's your motive? Did you think deep about this? You see, you have an agenda. The company that may hire you has an agenda. The hiring manager or director even has their company and personal agenda. Your agenda might be to make more money. It might be to develop new skills. It could very well be you need a new environment or possibly want to get around a group of people and stars that play at a much higher level. Only you know this at the root of you. So being crystal clear of this in the first place helps you make a smarter decision. They're not interviewing you. You are interviewing them. Brain scramble there. I'm sure you're thinking, what? Let me explain. I'm choosing to work for the company that I want to align with based on what values and standards I have. If I have no values or standards and they are undefined, then it's likely you're drifting and going to take any sales role and deposit it as waste in that scenario. Will that always be the case? No. But if you are unclear on what matters to you for your own purpose, growth, and development within a company, you're setting yourself up for a short stint and frustration before going out and having to look for, yes, another job. I understand if you're just beginning. There's a feeling of instant action, take what you can, and impulse decision making because you are working from the emotion of excitement or need. But without getting the details of how they operate, banding together is more difficult for a long-term plan. Now, there's two likely categories you fit into. There is new or newer to the sales profession, and there is more experienced. If you are new or newer, your approach, because you don't have the relevant skills in a sales environment yet, you'll demonstrate the intangibles. If you have them, and I hope you do, if not, develop them, such as desire, thirst for development, the whatever it takes mentality, amongst many others. Now, if you're more experienced, the approach would be to reveal a level of humility, ego-free plus a blend of experience to showcase that you are capable of doing the job. And three words that can also make you stand out during an interview are, I don't know. Those three carry immeasurable impact. My favorite scene in all movies that I have used over and over and over again comes from the film, mind you, my #1 most admired film of all time, The Pursuit of Happiness, where Will Smith acts as Chris Gardner and as in The Office for his interview at Dean Witter for an internship. Covered in paint, looking like a scrub after leaving jail from the night before and running through the streets of San Francisco because he was arrested for failure to pay parking tickets and now has to get to the offices on time for his opportunity. Mr. Fromm, the man in charge at Dean Witter, reviews Chris's paperwork and the total class number of 12, and after an exchange of words, he sits back in his chair, confused, before Will Smith, Chris Gardner, opens up his hands and proceeds to say, "Can I say something? I'm the type of person, if you ask me a question and I don't know the answer, I'm gonna tell you I don't know the answer. But I bet you what? I know how to find the answer. And I will find the answer." Is that fair enough? A couple of seconds pass quietly. Then Mr. Fromm asks him, "Chris, what would you say if a guy walked in for an interview without a shirt on and I hired him? What would you say?" Chris takes a second and then answers, "He must have had on some really nice pants." They all start laughing. Demonstration of wit and cleverness. Again, the intangibles plus I don't know. You can begin to get clear and demonstrate your ability to ask good questions in the interview with this. Ask them what matters to you about the person you want in this sales seat. Once they respond, this is a moment to stay true to who you are and be honest and give them the truth. Now, don't lie and cheat your way into a position and then have that go on to backfire on you. You'll lose credibility with yourself, most importantly. Another question: What expectations do you have for someone like me in this role? Then you assess. You can quickly ask yourself and think, can I meet the expectation? Or can I demonstrate that I am willing to grow into it? And then you can ask the person conducting the interview this right here. What made you want to work here? And how are you feeling about that decision so far? And how has it impacted you in your life and the company? Are there other people in the company earning the amount that I desire to earn? If not, file that thought. You can ask, what is the opportunity to grow inside the company, provided I get my job done? Is there advancement? Is there training? How is the training? Can I sit in on the training or have a better understanding of it? Do you see where I'm going with this? Let's say all you did was answer questions about the job that they were asking of you without asking your own questions. How would you possibly be able to sleep at night knowing this is the right place for you? Well, you wouldn't. Or at least you can have more information that helps you make that decision if this is the right environment and workplace for you. Remember, I'm aligning myself where I serve my agenda the best with the most transparency because the company and I will be on the same page and the journey forward will be more rewarding than otherwise by not taking this approach. Also, by you asking these types of questions in an interview, you will give the interviewer insight that you think differently. Why? Because virtually everyone else is coming in and telling someone that they've done this and they've done that, and that is so old and boring if you ask me. And for those of you in this world today that think differently than the ordinary, you open yourself up with way more doors of opportunity. Interview them. You are making a decision to invest your time into something that will soak up majority of the days, the weeks, the months, possibly years. So you want to make sure you choose wisely and are in sync. The billboards read well and nice every time. It all sounds good in the ads and on the website. Things are made to look and sound pretty. But what about on the inside? How are the people liking it so far? Is the culture solid? What is the culture? And by the way, you will learn that almost instantaneously upon walking into a company environment. It's just like a new home or a car. It's a feeling. And your feeling won't reduce you to not knowing if something is healthy or not for you. Great. That's all for today. If you've enjoyed this and it helped you out, give us a thumbs up. If not, thumbs down, as we respect those just as much. Share it if you feel it could help someone else. And leave us a comment below down with your thoughts on this. And if you haven't done so yet, head down there, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, ding, 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 so you can be notified each and every Thursday and Saturday. We post new content here on the channel to help you become irresistible in sales and life. And if you want to get our take on why selling and closing is hard for people in 2021, check out this video that we orchestrated right here for your benefit. All right, see you next time. Take care.